Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight, after 19 fast and furious rounds, we bring you the grand finale, round 20 of season 10 of the V8 European Supercar Championship, brought to you live from Interlagos. In the booth with me tonight, I have the evergreen Mr. Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
And on the cameras and chirping in with his usual rubbish will be Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening. Excellent. So, Sam had his microphone off yet again, just proving what a professional he is. Bill, so let's talk about the track first. Interlagos. For me, again, one of my favourite tracks, but one of those that I'm never quick anywhere, but I'm usually particularly slow here. But I just like the challenge of the track. What do you think of it?
Well, I think it's very challenging as well. It's I never did well at most tracks, and especially this one, but it's got some very tricky corners that can really get you caught out. You got to be patient. You've got to use your senses to get these corners right. Now that one that who we on is that? Oh, that's Chris Jackson. That last corner onto that front straightaway is an absolute critical one, and that's a hard one to get right. It's very, very difficult. You have a tendency, if you brake too late, you go off the track. If you apex way too early, you go off the track. And this is the one you got to get speed on to get a good time and get around here quickly. Again, Chris Jackson went right off the road that time. Interesting. But anyway, it's a tricky track. It's a tough track. I don't dislike it, but there's a couple squirrely spots on it, but it's generally pretty good.
Yeah, and this is one of them tracks that the fast cars, the fast drivers in any car around this track, they use every square inch of this track and some to get the most out of the timing, don't they?
Definitely, and it's funny you mentioned that, because that corner we just spoke of, I'm not sure what's the number in that corner. It's turn, let's see, wait a minute, let me look for it. It's turn 12 actually, and first of all, it's more than a 90-degree corner, and as you see when they come, when the driver's approaching that on the approach to that corner, you see them right in that kind of gridding stuff that they have off the side of the track. They're running right down that instead of on the blacktop. So it's like you said, they use every square inch. And I'll tell you another tricky spot on this course is the pit exit. You can crash on pit exit. I've done it a few times, and I'm not a rocket scientist, but it's easy to crash in there because you're trying to get out of there quickly. It's got a couple little squiggles in there, and it can be slick. So it's a very challenging track. It really is.
I'm not sure there is a pit exit anywhere in the world that you haven't crashed at, Bill, to be honest.
Well, you didn't have to bring that up.
I like this track because what I call Sector 1 is tight, twisty, technical. Then you get into Sector 2, which can be fast and flowing. And the end of the lap, you're on that. I know you guys call it a straightaway, but it's a not straight. And it does just keep you on your toes. This track, you don't really get a chance to relax, even on that long not straight, because it's not straight. I've gone off on the right hand side of the track because I'm looking at something else like cake or something like that. So I really, really, really enjoy driving the track, even though I'm not quick round here. So we have got a championship on the line, believe it or not. Now there are a lot of points on the table tonight. It is not a mathematical impossibility that Chris Jackson could lose this championship, but to be fair, he has been head and shoulders above everybody else this season. Tony Klusterman has admitted to himself that, he hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but he's starting to put some wins together, especially at tracks that he doesn't like. I expect him to be right up there tonight. Kenzie Newhoff has just improved throughout the season. And I think if he joins us next season, he is going to be challenging for the title. Vincent Skilbeck was another one. He just hasn't managed to... I don't know if he hasn't managed to string the results together, Bill, or whether it's just been because Chris Jackson has been so dominant.
Well, I'm pretty good friends with Chris Jackson. And I'll tell you, Kenzie, believe it or not, is one of the guys he worries about. He said that he's really coming on very quickly and very skilled. And, to say that from Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson... he used to be known as Crash Jackson. He was a little aggressive, crashed out a lot, but he's done a lot of work to improve his game. And I'll tell you, he is very, very good at what he's doing right now. So if he says that Kenzie's doing well, he's doing well.
But I'm interested to see if Chris can do it 2 seasons on the trot. That would be my test of, has Chris Jackson now nailed this car? So back to the championship. In theory, what should happen is Chris Jackson should win the championship with Kenzie Newhoff in second, but the battle is on for third place between Tony Klusterman, who is on 3,723 points, and Adam Wright, who is on 3,709. So only 14 points between them two drivers in the battle for third place. In the team championships, I don't think we're going to see much changing. NQRB have an absolutely enormous lead over BST V8ESC Green, who in turn have nearly 400 points over NQRA. So we'll have to wait and see. Just some quick hellos on the chat to Martin Brennan, Anthony Jacobson. Hoff is in there when he should be practicing. And Woodward, why is Anne on the chat? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's still racing. That's all right. Ivan Batmans. Ivan is racing as well. So a lot of the drivers saying hello on the chat. And to Stacey. No idea where Stacey is. She's probably between clients. So she can't join us tonight. Right, so let's look at this qualifying session, Bill. We're nearly halfway through. I've been seeing Tony Klusterman at the top of the pile for the whole session, but I've just noticed that Chris Jackson has pipped him by 100th of a second.
Isn't that a 9,000? Oh, yeah, okay, you're rounding it up. Okay, yeah, it's, you were mentioning Tony and Adam before for, what was that, third place, I guess, or fourth, or whatever it was in the standings. I'm glad to see Tony getting some of his swagger back, because we know that Tony's Mr. V8 supercar. Let's face it, he's like the godfather of this league, and it's nice to see him doing well again. And of course, not to shun Adam. Adam is really a remarkable guy. I can't believe how well he drives a lot of these cars. He really does an excellent job. And I didn't think he was going to be here tonight. By the way he was talking, he was going to do Indy cars or something, but. Apparently, maybe that might be tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, and another person that could really be, do a hell of a job is Greg Carr if he sticks around. But Greg's got a little different situation where sometimes in the summer over here he can't compete because he's got, daughter duties. So it's, anyway, what we were talking about. Anyway, I just wanted to say it was nice to see Tony getting his swagger back. And, of course, that's a nice battle between, I think those guys, Adam, I think Tony's a little bit faster than Adam, but Adam's very clever. So it's an up and up battle. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Yeah, like I said, this is on the Klusterman dislike list. This track. but he was the same with Suzuka, the same with Spa, but he has found something, and obviously you can see by the fact that he's sitting second in qualifying at the moment that it's certainly working for him. One thing about Adam, though, is I find that Adam doesn't always qualify up the top end, but he makes up a lot of places in the race, so that's going to be interesting to see, and obviously with very few points between them, incident points can come into it, so I will do my utmost to try and upload everything as soon as the race is finished, so that we can know exactly who has finished where. One announcement that we can make is, although the amount of drivers hasn't been wonderful this season, it's been enough for us to do a deal and announce that in the new year we will be having season 11 of V8 ESC. So I'm sure the 15 drivers on track will be pleased to know that, and hopefully people that are watching, past drivers that want to come back, and people who want to have a go at this absolute beast of a car, will keep their eyes peeled for when we launch the new season. So, bit of good news there, Bill.
It is good news, Clyde, and I'll tell you, this league really, you got quality people in this league, and they race clean, and many of these people will help you if they can, with any. I mean, they can't make you a genius, so you got to do it yourself, but they'll certainly give you a lot of guide and tips how to make this thing, how to drive this car successfully. And it's a hell of a lot of fun, this car. Even though I bite at it, it's really a challenge. It's fun, and when you get it right, you really feel good.
Yeah, you certainly do. We have a message on Facebook from Robert Klusterman saying, "Go Tony, go." I think I'm right in saying that Robert is Tony's brother.
That is
right.
Correct.
So back to tonight, Bill. As usual, we are finishing with an endurance race, a 2-hour slog. It's one of those that, especially for the guys that are looking to move up the standings, you've got to keep the car clean. You've got to try and stay out of trouble. And you've got to concentrate on what can be a tricky track at sometimes for 2 hours.
It's not one that usually that we do in endurance here. I mean, it's usually like Daytona or Bathurst or someplace like that, and it's kind of unusual to use this track, but it should be interesting to see. And you're absolutely right. I mean, one thing you taught me, because I got a short fuse, that you got to finish these things to get any kind of points. And I was always a rage quitter, and well, we won't go into it too much. But anyway, you're absolutely right. You have to finish this. You got to use patience. You're not going to be doing qualifying laps every lap. You just got to be smooth, consistent, and stay out of trouble. That was a key thing that you mentioned also.
Yeah, and the reason that we ended up here with an endurance race is because we try and help the participants out, and although we only run once a fortnight, we tend to race on the track that the official series is at, but we predetermine that the first 2 races are sprint and feature, and then the next one is an endurance, so it works out with an endurance at the end. I can't remember where we were supposed to be, but they changed the schedule at the last minute, so we ended up with Interlagos as our finale and another 2-hour endurance race. Be interesting to see the schedule for next season once they get it sorted.
Yeah, I like to see diversity in the schedule. I mean, you see the same old tracks all the time, it seems, and I mean, it doesn't bother me. All I do is comment, so it's not really hard. But it's kind of fun to drive different tracks, and it also, shows who has really good skills to pick up a new track in this car, especially, right away, rather than taking you like 2 months and a half to be able to stay on the road for one lap.
Yeah, what other news have we got? So, you may have noticed that Mr. Pete Bingham is currently missing in action. There is a poll on the YouTube chat because there's a nasty rumour going around that he has gone and joined Tyler's sex cult. So, make sure you get your vote in on that. At the moment, 82% of voters agree that that is where Pete is. So we've got 9 minutes left in this qualifying session. Adam Wright's got himself up to 4th, Bill.
Yep, he did really well at the last one too. He was really very close to, or did he end up on the podium? I can't remember. He was darn close to it. I'm not sure if he got. I think he did get it actually. So he's a contender, no doubt about it, for doing well in this race. And of course,
let me have a look at what happened last time.
He finished in 2nd place on the last race.
2nd?
Yeah.
Wow,
that was Long Beach, wasn't it? I think he did a rage.
Yes.
He did a rage quit, didn't he, in the first one?
Yeah, a bit of trouble at the start, and then 2nd one was a really good one.
Good for him, I tell you. And we got the usual suspects on the top with 8 minutes to go. Chris Jackson, of course, now has almost more than 3/4 of a second ahead of Tony. No, wait a minute, what's that say? I'm sorry, about 2/10 faster.
Yeah, it's
Tony
just
Klusterman in second.
Just trying to work out there whether Adam was intentionally towing Tyler around.
Closer than that.
So on board with Tyler Newitt. Just something to look at is the steering wheel. And just notice how many times Tyler will have opposite lock on trying to correct this car.
Pretty smooth there. We're getting into the ice palace up here.
One of them turns that goes on forever. And all you can do around this part of the track is be patient.
For sure. A few little counter steer corrections there.
Yeah, he's actually been a lot smoother than I expected.
This one could be tricky. Oh, he did that nicely.
So he's currently in 5th.
Like you said, on this straightaway, it's not really a straight, and boy, you can really hurt yourself on this if you're not careful.
Yeah, Adam has actually towed him past him, so they swap places, 4th and 5th respectively. Under 6 minutes of this qualifying session to go. Where's Kenzie is committing suicide by the looks of it.
He wanted to leave his mark in the gravel pit, I guess, or something. And Robert Woodhouse, at the moment, in 7th place qualifying. He's right behind Vincent Skilbeck, and Greg Carr's behind him by 1 spot.
Yeah, Vincent quite a way down from usual, I think, in 6th.
Yeah, man, Wobbly's far down, too. I don't know. Huh.
There is absolutely no way Wobbly will get to the end of this race.
No, I don't think so either.
Not a hope in hell.
It'll be pretty good if he can make it to the pit stop. What do you think?
Talking about pit stops, I do have some inside information. We are looking at around 76 laps. Most cars will stop around, for the first stop, between lap 24 and 27. Front left takes an absolute hammering, so fall off can be an issue, and also look for drivers locking up into turn 1 and the last turn.
Yeah, pretty high speed approach into turn 1, and of course it's downhill.
So the fuel window is not particularly big round here. Drivers are going to be looking for 25 laps, I would guess, unless they do 24 and do a bit of saving. That's probably where Wobbly's going to end up in the race.
He's just testing it out right now. No, I think he's off track right there. Who's that? Chris Jackson?
Yeah, it's surprising. I think what they do is these guys do that on their before a quick lap, before a hot lap, just to try and straighten that corner out as much as possible.
I often wondered if they do that to test the boundaries, how far they can go. But I think you might be right. You know, even if they have to, get a point, a detention point. What do you call it? Incident point. It's worth it to get up closer to the front, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Because the incident point will invalidate the lap that they're on, but as soon as they cross the line, it clears again. So, yeah, there's no harm in that. So Tony is in the pits. Kenzie, I don't know. I was going to say Tony and Coney. No idea. That's just me being Bingham and making names up. Kenzie's just come out. I think Tony may have given up on pole.
We're under 2 minutes to go in qualifying.
Chris not going any quicker on this lap.
Looks like he's going to pull it up, going to halt. Nope, he's still going. That's it.
Yeah, he's actually increased that gap, hasn't he, from the last time I looked. When it was like 100th of a second, it's near 0.3 now.
Yeah, I show
Kenzie's fuel saving in qualifying.
Well, with Tony, I show the time differential of 0.175. I don't see 0.3, but
it's just changed.
Yeah,
That's just my SDK, don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fireworks going off outside.
We've got Tyler's up in 4th place now.
Yeah, Vincent Skilbeck has knocked Adam Wright down to 6th. Checkers are out, so anybody on a lap can finish it.
by for his final time. Let's see if he picked up any time. He's in the yellow zone all the way up, right into the pits.
There may have been an accident there as well. There was lots of smoke. It might have just been tyre.
And Ant Woodward on a flyer. Let's see what he gets. Whoa, a little lock up there.
So Tyler is saying that Adam put it on P6 using the Long Beach set. So I don't think he did that intentionally.
And got one green zone in this one. Let's see if he improved his time.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Wow. The early times basically held.
Okay, so let me run you through your starting grid. So Chris Jackson goes off on pole position for NQRA. Tony Klusterman in second for NQRB, and Kenzie Newhoff for Team Down Under goes off third. Tyler Newitt is in fourth, Vincent Skilbeck in fifth, Adam Wright in sixth, Bob Woodhouse in seventh, Greg Carr in eighth, and Woodward in ninth, Jamie Wilson in 10th. Then we have Wobbly Kneecaps in 11th, Nikolai Bogotyrev in 12th, Miro Hrasky in 13th, Ivan Bowmans in 14th, and rounding out your grid is Andrew Hoffman in 15th. So we wait for the cars to grid. This is going to be a fascinating battle of speed and tactics.
There's an onboard view from Jamie Wilson's car. Jamie starting in 10th.
So Tony gridding as late as possible.
Double checking everything, I'm sure. Okay, there's Wobbly's on now. Tony's on.
Okay, all the cars are on the grid. Lights are coming on. Revs rise, and we're green. Jamie Wilson either got a poor start or Nikolai Bogotyrev got a fantastic one.
Whoa. Jeez. Yeah, careful, that little complex can ruin your whole day right there.
Yeah, especially on cold tyres.
Yep. So far, so good. All funneling down to turn 4.
So Kenzie got ahead of Tony off the start.
Tyler's still in 4th. Adams in 6th. Bob Woodhouse is behind Adams in 7th. Vincent fell back a little bit. He's got plenty of time though. Okay, we're through all the twisty bits of the Interlagos track, coming up to the one onto the front curvy straight, as Clyde calls it.
It's the not straight.
The not straight, there you go. Key element of the track though, it's the fastest one on the course. You've got to get a good exit out of that corner.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of time, stroke a lot of places, just by getting that wrong. Believe me, I know all about it. think that was Miro Hrasky putting a move on Jamie Wilson.
And he's looking at Nikolai Bogotyrev to get by. Tyler's showing his nose to, who is that, Tony?
It is, yeah. Tony's in third. Ooh.
Oh, a little wide for Nikolai.
I think Wobbly was wider. So Chris Jackson up front has got a slight gap now over Kenzie Newhoff. Ooh, that looked like net code all the day, but what a save from Vincent.
That was really great.
Yeah, there was definite fresh air between those guys.
Yeah, you betcha.
That dropped Vincent down to 7th. So Wobbly, after his wobble, is now putting some pressure on Ant Woodward.
Oh. Who was that? Was that Greg Carr?
That was Greg Carr, yeah.
He had a little hiccup there.
Interested to find out how Ant Woodward's recovery's going after he purposely crashed his mountain bike in an attempt to make himself better looking.
You are evil, I'm telling you.
So Wobbly kneecaps now up behind Vincent Skilbeck.
And who's alongside him? Who's that? Is that Greg Carr?
That's Greg Carr fighting back.
And Ant's right behind him there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Miro Hrasky?
Yeah, then Jamie Wilson and Nikolai Bogotyrev rounding out that little group. So this is the battle for second at the moment between Kenzie Newhoff, Tony Klusterman and Tyler Newitt.
See, Adam Wright's moved into 5th place. If he's been there for a while, I'm sorry I missed it, but he was in 6th.
So,
whoa, look who it is.
There we go.
I feel a slow-mo coming up.
Yeah, what did he do?
Oh, we hit the curve.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And it's weird because it's flat curbing.
And you're going downhill too.
Weird. Yeah. Stacey number 2 is on the chat saying, "Come on, Woody." Goody. And I've got to be careful about what I say about her man. Evening to Evie as well, who's watching.
Hello, Evie. Evie's Woody's bud.
But come on, Stacey, you've got to admit it. There is plenty of room for improvement. So Wobbly Kneecaps is now at the back of the field, but still going. So he hasn't rage quit yet.
Well, he's got more than an hour and 3/4 to go. I mean, come on.
Well, I might rage quit in a minute because I haven't had any cake yet.
Is there any cake in your house?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Where's cake in my house? It is a cake house, as opposed to a crack house.
I certainly hope so.
So Ad's got metal jaw apparently. So
Oh, he does? Oh, boy.
yeah, perhaps we should be calling him the Terminator.
Yeah. What was they call that guy in Moonraker? Jaws, right? Because he had metal.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant there. Ant the Giant.
So Tony's starting to apply some pressure to Kenzie, which is unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on where you're sitting, allowing Chris Jackson to disappear a bit more.
Yeah, he's just barely in the shot right now. I saw him up there.
Adam Wright is getting onto the back of this pack, and he's dragging Bob Woodhouse with him as well.
It's going to get interesting for second place in a couple laps here.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that netcode incident and the damage that Vincent has picked up from it has slowed him down. Because
oh, yeah, look at that. Wow.
he is still ahead of Greg Carr, but not going with Bob Woodhouse and not getting rid of Greg Carr. So he's a bit stuck at the moment, and I think the first pit stop can't come soon enough for Vincent.
Yeah, he may come at the early portion of the time to stop.
Yeah, we are only on lap 6 at the moment.
8 3/4 minutes in of a 2-hour-long enduro for the Racetech ESC Supercars.
Big pressure from Tony.
I'm sure Kenzie knows who's there.
Yeah, and as you can see, Adam Wright and Bob Woodhouse are on the back of this battle now. So the battle for second is now 5 cars strong.
Tyler was basically on the back of Tony, but he's falling back a couple car lengths all of a sudden.
Yeah, again, that may not be anything apart from there's a battle going on in front. I don't want to get involved if it goes wrong. I'll just give them a bit of space. We see so many times, don't we, Bill? You know, drivers who are totally innocent get involved in an accident, and it's no fault of their own.
Happens a lot. I was gonna say also, maybe now that you mention it, maybe he was getting like an aero push or something he doesn't like, and we know V8 Supercar eats up tires, and I know that you're saying, you know, in your tips or whatever at the beginning that it eats up the left front tire. Well, I very seldom see a pit stop on a V8 Supercar. They don't put tires on that puppy.
Yeah, and obviously the other reason could be he dropped back a little bit to allow Adam to get into his toe to drag his teammate back into this battle.
Very well could be.
So this is the battle for 12th. Nikolai Bogotyrev, Andrew Hoffman and Ivan Baumans. And just slightly in front of him is Miro Hraski.
I was just going to say that. Thank you.
And good evening to Johnny Brandon on the chat as Tony Klusterman goes past Kenzie Newhoff.
Good evening, Johnny. Let's see if Tony can pull away now. I'm out of curiosity. Great car. Yeah, great car closing in on Vincent Skilbeck. Yeah, I think Vincent's definitely driving wounded.
For me, it'll be interesting that if Tony can pull away from Kenzie, let's then see if Tyler Newitt, once now that battle is over, starts attacking Kenzie.
Yeah. And wondering if we can cut any time out of Chris Jackson's lead too. That'll be interesting.
Well, it's what is it, 4 seconds almost now?
Yeah.
What sort of a toe is Greg Carr going to get here? Is Vincent going to go defensive? I think he's close enough.
Well, it's looking. No.
Yeah.
Wisely backed out.
Yeah, he was hard on the brakes, wasn't he? You see the car twitch.
Sure did. He was thinking about it, but that could have been tears if he tried that one.
So something happened to Ivan. We're now seeing.
Oh,
Ooh.
goodness. What the heck? Oh, he's letting him go. I don't understand.
Don't know. No, I don't know. It was either Andrew braked too early or Ivan braked too late.
There's brake lights there.
Yeah,
sure.
just as he squirted the throttle was when Andrew's brake lights came on.
And he's sitting there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there he goes. That's a strange one.
That now means that Wobbly's not last.
Kenzie's holding in there pretty well. Tony's pulled out about a 2-car lead, but isn't really running away.
Yeah, and they've got a little bit of a gap, haven't they, over the two BSTV cars of Tyler Newitt and Adam Wright, who in turn have dropped Bob Woodhouse a little bit.
Yeah, kind of spread out a little bit, you're right.
But it was only a couple of laps ago that these 5 were basically all together.
Coming up on 15 minutes into the race. Still got Chris Jackson in the lead, followed by Tony Klusterman, Kenzie Newhoff in 3rd, Tyler Newitt 4th, Adam Wright 5th, and Bob Woodhouse in 6th.
Yeah, and obviously we were talking about laps that people may or may not stop. We're probably looking at the earliest of lap 24, probably most people 25, some going to 26. But the easiest way to look at it is to split this race into 3. Your first stop is at 40 minutes, and your second stop is at 1 hour 20 minutes.
Yep, that'll be pretty close too. I see Greg Carr has gotten by Vincent Skilbeck.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Now Ant Woodward's trying to close in along with Jamie Wilson right behind him.
So if Vincent is struggling because of that damage, we should see Greg Carr pull away. Yeah, that looked interesting. And Woodward's now going to have a go at Vincent. Should get this done easily.
Vincent got very squirrely coming up there.
So Kenzie is back past Tony.
Huh. What happened there? That's strange.
So he's towing, but Not close enough. I think Tony's gone wide, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
So he worked him, got past him, made a mistake. Not the first time we've seen that, certainly not the last time we'll see it.
And he always accuses himself of using a lot of fuel. I wonder if it was on the grab, too. You never know.
I think that was a genuine mistake.
Oh, yeah. Trying to be nice to our senior driver. No, Kenzie's out there by a couple car lengths.
Yeah, Johnny Brandon asked on the chat, fuel saving at the front. I don't know. I get this feeling that maybe everyone's got to save a smidgen.
Well, if Chris Jackson, in fact, is fuel saving, he's going to be having to let off on the throttle a little bit early, driving at like 90% because he's got no aero help at all right now.
We're about to find out if Tony's fuel saving.
Yeah, Tony, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, he's getting close again.
Oh, I think he could be.
Yeah, he backed out of that one. And Nikolai Bogotyro coming into turn one. Lock up on both of them, actually, a little bit. Nikolai holds them off for now.
Jamie Wilson now starting to put the pressure on Vincent.
And an onboard view from Jamie.
Seems to be a bit of a sitting duck at the moment, doesn't he, Bill?
Yeah, he's running wounded, I'm pretty sure. That's an awful failure, too. Of course, it's still early. Like you said, I think he's waiting for that pit stop to, make the car feel like Mr. Feelgood again.
Yeah, well, they're now halfway into this stint, so he's still got a lot of heartache to come.
Well, he's in 9th place.
I think the only silver lining is if Jamie Wilson gets past him, it's then another 10 seconds or so back to Nikolai.
Yeah. Even in an hour and 20 minutes time to pick up nine spots of the quality of driver ahead of him is not going to be easy.
No, but we've seen in the past, haven't we? Anything can happen. Cars making or drivers making uncharacteristic mistakes. Drivers running out of fuel. Anything can happen.
For sure.
I think Tyler is quite happily sitting behind these two saving fuel.
I think so too.
He's probably also in the ear of Adam Wright, telling him to save fuel. Yeah, to me that is telling.
No doubt. Not even trying to pass, just kind of holding in there tight. Nikolai Bogodarov and Miro Haraski still going at it. And they're struggling for 11th place.
Yeah, they've got wobbly kneecaps trying to chase them down.
Oh, there he is. He's just in the back of the screen there. So
Yeah, Wobbly's got past Andrew Hoffman as well, so he's now third from last.
well, still going.
Chris Jackson, he's got a near 7-second lead up front.
Wow. And there he is, first time on the camera today. Well, not quite, but almost.
And our poll has ended on the chat, and 87% of people think that Pete Bingham has disappeared to join Tyler's sex cult.
Well, it must be so then.
So Jamie Wilson has also got past Vincent now.
Are you surprised at the results of the survey, Ty?
No, I think people are very clever.
Yeah.
They know what's going on.
Our fans know their stuff. On board with Chris Jackson coming up the not straight.
Okay, so we got a new poll going now. Will Wobbly rage quit? Yeah, I think Chris is fuel saving as well.
Moving around nice and conservatively, not too aggressive.
Yeah, I think you could say he is driving within himself at the moment.
No doubt. Minutes in. Still Chris Jackson the lead, Kenzie Newhoff, Tony Klusterman, Tyler Newitt, and Adam Wright top five. I think everybody's just kind of basically waiting for first pit stop.
And Woodward has got past Greg Carr there.
Oh, that's interesting.
And Adam Wright has just passed Tyler Hewitt. Was that a multi-21 or did Tyler make a mistake?
Replay, sorry. Whoa. Looks like he backed out of it, let him by.
He did, didn't it? Yeah.
Might be Tyler needs a little.
Whoa! That was Ed Woodward going wild. Going to lose 2 places. He's going to fight back for that one though. Yeah, just the 1 place lost.
That brought Jamie and Vincent back into the picture though, that little hiccup.
I think Tony believes he saved enough. That's wobbly put a move on Miro. So coming up on 30 minutes in. Jamie Wilson still trying to get past Ant Woodward.
I think he's going to get him.
He's going to get him this time, but then it goes to a left, doesn't it?
And Vince is getting tasty again. Wants to get back in the action. Look at him.
Oh, Miro Hresky has pitted.
Huh.
That's early.
About 4 or 5 laps at least. Well, maybe he's got a different plan. Who knows? Back out.
You would guess that the damage that Vincent is currently running with will mean he will duck into the pits as soon as the pit window opens.
I would certainly think so. Laps away from the intended first pit stop.
Yeah, a few minutes as well.
Yep, exactly.
It's going to be interesting. Obviously, we've highlighted some people fuel saving. So is that going to be enough? And just out of interest, Sam, do you have another crash for Wobbly?
Nothing.
No? Okay. So Bob Woodhouse ducks into the pits.
Okay, it appears he's a little early too, but you never know.
Maybe these guys can't make it on 2 stops. Adam Wright has dropped Tyler Newitt, hasn't he?
Certainly has. Just going to mention, he's closing in on Kenzie, and it looks like Tyler's back a little bit.
I hear cake coming.
Interesting. The women must be synchronized. I just got a delivery of coffee too. Nice. Tony's put a little distance on Kenzie, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, if Adam makes a good pit stop in synchronization with these guys, he's going to be a player in this thing. I'm telling you, he's getting closer every minute.
Well, he really needs to finish ahead of Tony, doesn't he? And then
That's true. That's
see
true.
what the incident gods come up with.
That's very true.
Right, what are we seeing here? Oh, and
yeah.
Woodward, couple of tyres over the white line there.
Pretty good save, though. Not bad.
Gifts the places to Jamie Wilson and Vincent Skilbeck.
Just a little wide coming in there and touch the apron.
Frederick on the chat says, let's go, Kenzie.
We got a Kenzie cheer. Okay. Kenzie's doing quite all right, mate. He's hanging in there pretty well.
Leaders are on lap 24 now.
I would say the pit stops are imminent pretty shortly.
Yeah.
I believe Vincent's in the pits.
He is. I would say that's pretty good proof that the pit stop, or the pit window is open.
Yeah, Woodward's in as well.
So Vincent and Ant out of the pits.
Pretty similar pit stops.
Chris Jackson has stayed out. Yeah, top 4, top 5. Yeah, it looks like all the, obviously the guys that we highlighted as saving have stayed out. We're almost on 40 minutes. Batman's is in. Chris Jackson stays out for another lap.
As well as Tony and Kenzie and Adam and Tyler.
What are you eating, Bill?
Peach. I can hear you munching on cake. What kind of cake you got?
It's called a Bakewell tart cheesecake.
A little battle between Tony and Kenzie, but Kenzie backs out.
Yeah, Chris Jackson in.
Yep. Okay, stop on lap 26. The end of it.
And they're all coming in now.
They sure are.
Oh, Kenzie went too far.
Oh boy, that hurt. Chris Jackson seems to be there for quite a while. Oh, he's down and away. Look at that. Tyler knew it kind of comes from the back, or was that?
Well, it was Adam.
Adam, good for him.
Gets the jump on Kenzie.
Yeah, he's got Tony in front of him. And Jamie Wilson comes back into the scrape.
Yeah, right back into the same battle.
Yep.
So Bob Woodhouse has actually got out in second.
Amazing. Has he stopped?
Yeah. Yeah, but he stopped early, didn't he, on lap 21?
Okay.
So he's either going to have to save like mad or do a splash and dash at the end. So it could be a bit of a false position.
Well, he certainly wasn't running badly, but he wasn't up there.
No, he was behind Tyler, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was about 6th or 7th or somewhere in that neighborhood, I believe. Or 8th, I'm not quite sure. Jamie Wilson's hungry for that spot, I think. I think he wants to go back to tonight. Of course, Aunt Woodward definitely doesn't want him to.
No, and Vincent, we can see, has used his fast repair, so he might have some speed now.
Yeah, hopefully it fixed it totally. Sometimes it doesn't, but... Jamie making a bid for 9th now from Aunt Woodward.
And gets it done.
Very nice pass.
So Johnny Brandon pointing out the obvious, that they need to go 40 minutes again on fuel. And he's saying that Tony will probably try and drop Adam in these first few laps. I'm not convinced. Tony is very lead-footed and struggles to save. It wouldn't surprise me if he drops back behind Adam. Or maybe as a combination of both there, he'll try and drop him for a few laps, then see if he can save fuel and stay in front, and if he doesn't, then maybe he'll let Adam go past him.
It should be interesting. We'll have to see what happens there. Right now, he appears to be a little bit quicker than Adam, but Adam's a clever guy, I'll tell you. He can get a lot out of the machine. It's amazing. He really is pretty good at it. Now Jamie Wilson's putting on a little spurt, trying to get up to Vincent Skilbeck there. Trying to get up to 8th place. He just misses his running mate Wade Sanderson. If 8 was there, he'd be up at like 4th. These guys used to have some epic battles, those two guys. Wow.
Yeah, we need some of those old faces back. Like Johnny Brandon,
wow,
Wayne Sanderson. Lame O'Connor was also good fun.
The old guy's always a good guy. And how about our favorite alien, Nicole Foggy?
Yeah. Well, he did actually sign up this season, but I think he only did one race.
I'll tell you, he and Chris had a ball in that race too. That was very good. That was at Donington.
Yeah. Dick Cooling Beef, he was another driver, weren't he, that was getting better and better?
Yep. So put the coal on, get a little away from Jamie Wilson. Not so easy, bud.
Yeah, things are not right in this world because Johnny Brandon has agreed with me.
Really?
That's got to be the first time ever.
I think you're exaggerating. Johnny Brandon likes you.
And yeah, I agree. I'm now going to agree with Johnny. He said Lane can't stay awake for longer than 20 minutes, so that's why he's not doing it. Well, I don't know what Johnny's been racing recently. If he's still racing, that is. I presume he is. But if it's the new 992, don't forget, have a look on the website. We've got a new 992 series coming up.
That XVR team was a team to deal with.
Oh, Jamie Wilson's gone wide.
Wow.
In fact, Jamie Wilson had to pay to get back in then.
He almost made it to the car park, didn't he? Wow. Jeez. Well, it looks like they've caught up with Bob Woodhouse now in second.
Yeah, which gives Tony the opportunity to do some saving, doesn't it?
Probably for a few laps before Adam gets close again.
Oh, so Johnny's been busy at work and not really been racing a lot. It's a shame.
Wow. Kenzie Newhoff looking really closely at the back of Adam Wright.
I think I'm right in saying that Johnny's a plumber, which means he's probably been making plenty of films.
Tony kind of looking for a way by Bob Newhouse, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to be inside Tony's head at the moment. He's obviously not saving. Or is he worried by Adam Wright?
That's a good question.
So, Wobbly has got past Andrew Hoffman and Miro Hraski.
Wobbly's up to 12th. Well, that's where he was, wasn't it? Before pit stops, Wilson sailing in there again next to Aunt Woodward. So we've done this before, haven't we? Whoa! Aunt sailed it in there so hard you had to brake too hard. Now you got Vincent Skilbeck right at your quarter panel.
Yeah, it's like none of these three want to lead the other two, do they? They get in the front, make a mistake, go to the back, come forward again, get to the front, make a mistake.
Yeah, Tony's jumped out to a pretty good margin now between Bob Woodhouse and Adam Wright and Kenzie.
Yeah, I think Adam's got a decision to make now, hasn't he? Does he sit behind Bob and save fuel, knowing that Bob's going to be pitting about 5 laps earlier than him, or does he try and get the move done and save fuel behind Tony? Andrew Hoffman smoking his tyres, getting past Miro Hraski. Jamie Wilson could use this little battle going on behind him to get some fresh air.
Yeah, he's pulled out 4 or 5 car lengths. Tony's gone by Bob Woodhouse. Oh, we already did, that's right. Waiting for Adam Wright, who's not really pushing that hard to get by him.
Are you watching on +1, Bill? Yeah, I think Adam is a little bit happier now that Tony's not getting away from Bob.
Yeah.
I think that means that that move doesn't He doesn't have to make that move now.
And what's happened to Tyler? How far is he back from
Well,
Adam?
he's quite a way back from Kenzie now.
Wow. There he is. I wonder if he's having some kind of issue or something.
Well, Tyler has got almost as many excuses as Pete Bingham. Like, my mouse fell off and things like that.
I have a mouse in my pocket, you mean, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. The cat was in the way.
All right. I got to leave for a second. I'll be right back.
Roger. So we are coming up on 58 minutes, so we are almost halfway through. So let's run you through your current running order, and hopefully Sam, yes he does. So leading the way by just over 10 seconds is Chris Jackson. Second position is his teammate or stablemate, Tony Klusterman. In third, we have Bob Woodhouse, running really well, but slightly out of sequence on the pit stops. In fourth is Adam Wright, who is possibly looking the better out of these drivers. In fifth, starting to put a bit of pressure on Adam, is Kenzie Newhoff, who was running second for quite a while. Dropping back off of this pack in sixth is Tyler Newitt. So there's obviously something going on in the Newitt household, and I'm sure Tyler will give us his excuses at the end of the race. In seventh, we have NQR driver and welcome return for Greg Carr, currently running on his own. In eighth, we have Jamie Wilson, and we have been watching this battle. He's put a bit of fresh air over ninth place Ant Woodward, who has 10th place Vincent Skilbeck, breathing all over him. Obviously, Vincent had his netcode issue earlier on. In 11th, currently is Nikolai Bogotyrev. Now, he's got himself into some nice fresh air forwards and backwards. 12th is the recovering wobbly kneecaps, as we just see Adam Wright make the move on Bob Woodhouse. 13th is Andrew Hoffman. 14th is Miro Hraski, and bringing up the rear of your field at the moment is Ivan Batmans. So let's go back to that third place battle, and I think what happened was Adam saw Tony starting to pull away from Bob and knew he had to get that move done, and get it done he did. So he will now try and close that gap to Tony, and then do some more fuel saving. We are halfway through this second stint and halfway through the race.
Well done. I'm back, and I see Adam is pulled into third place, huh?
Yeah, so we see Tony had got a little bit of a gap over Bob, and I think at that point Adam said, do you know what, I need to get this move done, and get it done he did. Kenzie now putting pressure on Bob, and don't forget Bob's tyres are 5 laps older than these guys, so he's gonna be starting to struggle. He's gonna be about 5 laps maybe from his next pit stop. So let's see. Unless he comes in the next 2 laps and he's gone for a totally different tactic, that could be something interesting to look out for. Vincent putting pressure on Ant again. All good news for Jamie Wilson, who carries on eking out. Miro Hraski is in the pits. He was the first one to stop last time, so he's on a totally different strategy. Looks like he's going for a dead cert 3 stopper and breaking the race down into quarters. Now Kenzie's going to want to get past Bob Woodhouse as well now, because he's on the same strategy as Tony and Adam.
I think Kenzie's been sizing Bob up for the last couple laps, and Bob's doing a heck of a job. Let me tell you, he's running a good race today.
So 60% of voters think that Wobbly will rage quit before the end of the race.
Well, lower than I expected. Wow.
Kenzie's quite close enough.
We're pushing on the non-straight to get real close.
Ooh. He recovered it. Now it's a drag race. This is going to be done and dusted.
Yeah, looks that way.
Whoa.
Just as you mentioned, Clyde, you can tell his tires are getting a little skittish. He tried to do an over-under there and tried to turn back, and the car just wouldn't do what he wanted to.
Yeah, this is the lap for me on... Was Bob's first pit stop just very early? Or is he running an alternate tactic? If it's alternate tactic, he will pit this lap.
Well, since he pitted kind of early, he isn't gonna be able to wait too long, I don't think.
No, if he doesn't pit this lap, he will have to pit within the next 5. But if he pits this lap, then he's got something worked out. And he didn't.
Vincent trying to get a toe off Ant Woodward. Squabbling for 9th place here.
And of course we look at them for like 5 laps and probably made mistakes. Yep. Just as I put the camera away.
Wow.
Thank you, Ant.
That's what we were saying before, isn't it? None of them want to lead the other ones. I'm sure Jamie Wilson was hoping that battle would carry on a little bit longer. But he has got, what's he got? A couple of seconds over Vincent. So Bob Woodhouse has pitted. He's had enough of those scrap tyres. His first stint was 21 laps. His second stint was 22 laps. Wobbly.
Was not even worse as slow-mo.
That wasn't, was it? That
No,
was,
no.
as crashes go, that was pathetic.
Yeah, definitely. You need to go at Pete Bingham's schools of crashing. Because that was just... Yeah, not worth as slow-mo.
If you're going to do it properly.
Yeah, I'm amazed he's still racing. Well, if you can still racing, because he's the last. Yeah.
If he doesn't improve in a little bit, he's not going to last much longer. I'll tell you, he's going to do drive into the wall or something.
Oh, Jamie Wilson
Oh, something happened.
doesn't want to lead that pack, as you said, Clyde.
He was just catching. I was just catching up there. Uh-oh.
He's been at the wobbly school
Yeah.
of how not to crash.
Same as wobbly,
geez.
but a little bit more style.
After all that time to get by. God.
Ooh,
Whoa, Kenzie's off.
Kenzie, what is going on here? Oil on the track.
He lost some distance behind Adam that time. Wow. Good one. You know that once rain comes along to iRacing, that Clyde will definitely in some of the leagues make some rain races.
Oh, I'm up for it, but the issue is
No one will finish.
99.9% of the driver won't be able to race on.
Hey, they
on
can't
rain.
drive. Hey, most of us can't drive in the dry, let alone the wet. Can you imagine?
Yeah, Clyde first. This is why he's doing ovals, because they do not race on rainy condition.
I don't like getting my hair wet because it goes curly.
Oh, poor little thing. Right, Gent, just before the pit stop, I'm gonna grab a coffee, and I want to be ready for the end of the race. So
Hey, listen, if you need to get coffee, please go do it.
let's go for 2-3 minutes of Chris Jackson alone. There's no real battle right now, so I will just grab coffee and be back.
Sure. Well, Chris Jackson's still at the helm of this ship. He's had a remarkable season, done a really good job. What Clyde says is very true. In this league, it's going to be tough to do a repeat of the championship. But I think he'll be in contention if he's able to race. And, of course, it depends on your personal life as well, obviously.
Yeah, and obviously there's a rumour going around that XVR might be back in the championship next season.
Tough team to deal with.
Yeah, you know, we've got drivers like Adam Wright, Kenzie Newhoff, Vincent Skilbeck. I think they could all be up there next season. Possibly even Wobbly if he took it serious and did some practice. Then you never write off Tyler Newitt. There's just so many drivers that can be up there. If, you know, the scheduling gods are kind and everybody can get on the track at the same time.
No, it's very true. And also, I tell you, I'm convinced, and I'm not picking anybody out. You know, I'm not, saying anything bad or good about anybody because they're all great guys. But I think we're going to see Nikolai Bogotyrev on the podium one day soon.
Yeah, he's not had a very good race tonight.
No, he hasn't.
From his standards, but yeah, you're right. He again, we've pointed him out on numerous occasions from when he started with us. He was one of those drivers that you avoided at all costs because you never knew what he was going to do. But now he's a very sensible driver, very safe driver. Has got really good speed, really good racecraft, and he's certainly going to be, like you say, on the podium at some point. Maybe even a reverse grid win. You never know.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't ever recall seeing him have a DNF either. I mean, the guy always finishes no matter what, and And I know, Clyde, you like that. I mean, you like people that go to the end, which is really good.
Yeah, that's how you get your points. I know, some drivers, as we see in all series, when you can start off with 30 or 40 cars in a series and you end up with 10 or 15 because as soon as people know they can't win the championship, they disappear. But, myself, and I think Nikolai does exactly the same thing. Whatever championship I'm in, I know I'm not going to win it. I just want to see how far I can finish up the order. And the only way to do that is to finish races because
Right.
you just, Nikolai's running around in 10th at the moment. There's nothing to say. 3 or 4 of these cars in front of him might crash out and he ends up with 6th place. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I can tell you from experience, and you've helped me along with this too, that not being a great driver and being middle back of the pack, you go on a race like this, just like you said, if you trudge on and continue, you might be near the end, but like you said, if 3 or 4 cars drop out, you can be in the middle of the pack.
Exactly.
Got a replay of Bob Woodhouse. What happened? Spin? Oil on the track again? Okay. You're back already from your coffee? Wow, that's quick.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Hey, I'm going to take this opportunity to visit the little boys' room. I shall be back very shortly.
Well, thanks for sharing. Okay, we'll see you shortly.
Well, shortly, that's what Stacy said. Just bringing that up from nowhere.
I don't know where that came
Moving
from.
on.
Anyway. Yeah, right. We got Vincent Skilbeck and Jamie Wilson on screen. Jamie trying to get by him. They passed each other a couple times today. Jamie's in 8th. Vincent's in 7th. On board with Jamie. Jamie does the best on board things. I'll tell you, I watch him all the time that he posts. And
It's a bit like the helmet cam you got in NASCAR.
it is. Yeah, he does a great job. I'll tell you, he really does. Vince is coming back up the order since his first 20 minutes of the race, or 40 minutes of the race. Where's it 20 minutes? What was it?
Yeah, it was 40.
40, that's right. So anyway, the first 40 after his little netcode accident there hurt him a lot, but he's doing a lot better. I mean, it's a grind to try to get back up front now, but he's come back up to 7th place. Whoa, Jamie got a little out of control there. Recovered nicely without losing too much ground. And that's one thing about this car. This car can light you in a hurry. Sam Buzin drives this car real well, but he drives it with reckless abandon.
Well, it's a really good car to drive. The only issue I have for now is my arm.
Well, no, I'm not counting that. I mean, even in the older days, you're a great driver, but I'll tell you, you drive this car hard, boy.
Well, yeah, probably harder than I should. But
Oh, yeah, well,
I like to rev it pretty hard.
there you go.
Which is probably a mistake under braking, but I'm pretty confident in my pedals and the way I brake. So,
Yeah,
it's all about how you feel the cars and how your sim racing gear can help you or not to be able to brake with
sure.
these. The hydraulics pedal helped me a lot in the V8. In fact, it's really useful.
did it.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello. Now we got Greg Carr behind Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, Greg has chased Tyler down.
And this is for 5th place.
Yeah, we're coming up on the second round of pit stops for the main contenders.
Getting a little closer, isn't it? Yeah, within
Yeah.
3 or 4 or 5 minutes, somewhere around there.
Vincent has done 26 laps on this stint. Surely he needs to pit. Whoa!
And that lost Greg a lot of distance there. Too bad.
So Vincent is obviously, he's borrowed Mike Talianchic's car. And Woodward has pitted.
Yeah, Mike T, there was something going on there. I can't believe all the gas mileage he got. Nice little thing on stop strategies. Stint length between Vincent Skilbeck and Jamie Wilson. Interesting.
Surely Vincent is going to have to pit this lap.
I would think so. Looks like he's taking the arc to go in the pits too.
He is.
He's coming in. Good call, Clyde.
Ooh, that was tight.
I wonder if he was too fast. Wow, that looked fast to me, but. Who's this? Oh yeah, that's Chris Jackson. That's him. Or you think Mary took over after the first stint, maybe?
Just keeping an eye on Vincent's pit time. Just in case he was a little bit too quick entering. No, I don't believe he was. He must have got that stopped right on the nose.
I was going to say, that was pretty close.
So, Tony Klusterman in, Kenzie Newhoff in, Chris Jackson and Adam Wright stayed out.
Tyler Newitt's still out.
Andrew Hoffman has had a technical issue, I think. Or a bodily issue. I didn't quite catch it. Something strange going on there.
Chris
leader
Jackson.
yeah. So Adam Wright is in. Now, I expect Tony to be a few seconds ahead of Adam when he comes out because of the undercut. But obviously Adam is probably going to be good on fuel.
The Smiling Assassin's in as well.
So Andrew Hoffman's shifter gave out. Not what I thought he said.
Chris Jackson is going back out on the track. Looks like Tony coming right here. Nope.
Yeah, so Tony has gone past Adam.
That was Tony who just went by? Okay.
Yeah. And he's got about
Kenzie's gonna
3 seconds.
Kenzie's going to get him too. Maybe not. Look at this. Wow, that's close.
But Adam has got that extra lap of fuel in the tank. And 1 lap newer tyres. What can he do with them? Third of the race to go.
May help him when the chips are down. Well, we can stay in contact with these guys.
Well, he's got to be patient. I think he holds all the cards, but he can't do anything rash.
But I think the real question here is, will Tony have to save fuel?
I think he will.
If he does, then there's cards to play for Adam. If he doesn't,
Yeah.
it's race down and Tony will take over as a 3rd place with the championship. That's the real question. Will Tony have to save fuel?
So 14 points between them. They are battling for 2nd. And there are 15 points between 2nd and 3rd.
Wow.
Minus any incidents they get. So if Tony finishes ahead of Adam, game over. If Adam finishes ahead of Tony, wow.
Yeah, if it goes that way, it's going to be like splitting hairs. There's going to be all kinds of little, like you said, incident points are probably going to make the difference if Adam finishes ahead of Tony by 1 spot. Adam looking inside Kenzie. Oh, lock up.
Now, I never know whether to trust the incidents on iRacing, but what it's saying is Tony has had 3 and Adam has had 2.
That's very close as well.
Yeah, so obviously Adam won't know that information, but his target is 2 cars in front. He's putting Kenzie under pressure. A hard pass there because it immediately turns into a double left-hander.
Now, if you can get a good toe on this one, you might have a chance, maybe.
Oh, he's certainly having a go. He's got it done.
Kenzie got a little squirrely coming off there. Whoa! Oh, boy.
Oh,
Oh, Adam, what a shame. There goes Tyler. That's going to be a 2-pointer for loss of control.
well, on the plus side, he's still got over half an hour.
That's true. It ain't over till it's over.
Tyres are going to be muchly cooked at the moment.
Well, with a half an hour to go, we got Chris Jackson in first, followed by Tony Klusterman, Kenzie Newhoff in third, Robert Woodhouse in fourth, doing a heck of a job, Adam Wright in fifth, Greg Carr sixth, Tyler New at seventh, Vincent Skilbeck eighth, Jamie Wilson ninth, Ant Woodward 10th, 11th Nikolai Bogotyrev in 11th, 12th is Wobbly Kneecaps, 13th Miro Hraski, 14th Ivan Batmans, and 15th Adam Hoffman had a technical failure, so he's out.
Yeah, Adam just needs to gather himself up here. Go again. Nice toe from the Batman there, but now he wants him to get out of the way. Which he duly does. Adam has to go defensive to stop Greg Carr having a sniff.
Yeah, that could be a fly in the ointment for Adam if Greg Carr gets by him.
Yeah, some lower running teammates can help out, can't they? So Greg Carr can get past Adam and make it a bit safer for Tony. Tyler can put some pressure on Greg and let Adam get away.
Yeah, definitely. They can make the car a little wider, and of course, Greg Carr is no slouch. He's a pretty good chauffeur. He hasn't driven these much this year, but we've seen him in action before, and he's pretty good.
Yeah, Greg seemed to click, didn't he, when the cars changed
Yes, he did.
from the old versions to this one that we're running now. It was like flicking a light on for Greg.
Yeah, he ran in a Porsche series, which has nothing to do with this, but I think it was one of iRacing's deal, and he came in third place in that, which was driving against a lot of guys. He did really well in that series. Uh-oh. He was looking that time. He's trying really hard to get back around. Adam's defensive there.
And here we go again.
These guys have seen each other a few times today, haven't they?
Just need Ant Woodward to catch him up now, and we're back to where we started.
Yep, Mo, Curly, and Larry.
It's not helping Adam this. Keep going defensive. He's losing a bit to Bob Woodhouse.
Nah, you're not saving any fuel doing this either.
Oh, 24 minutes to go. Now Tyler puts some pressure on Greg.
Yeah, Tyler saw an opportunity. Greg charged that corner really hard. It got on the brakes, got a little wide coming out, and Tyler was right there trying to go through, but not quite enough room. That'd be helpful Adam if Tyler could get in front of Greg. Like you said, right now Adam's virtually burning up his car right now.
Yeah, I still think he's good on fuel.
Yeah, yep. But to make any headway, it'd be nice if he could drive without looking in the mirror every 2 seconds.
Yeah, Bob Woodhouse is in because we know he was off strategy.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Adam got a little squirrely coming into that corner. And Miro Hresky and Ivan Batman's going at it. And the Kenzie and Jamie show continues. I can't see Vincent. I'm sorry. Jamie and Vincent. See, there I go with the names again. Darn
We've missed you, Bill.
it. Yeah, about as much as having the plague, probably, but okay.
A tall order for Adam now. 14 seconds to Kenzie and then a further 4 to Tony.
Yeah, with about 20 minutes left, that's going to be pretty tough. I don't want to wish anybody bad luck, but what you said before, anything can happen in that amount of time.
It is very true. Very true. Tony's in that lucky scenario where he's not close to the car in front and not close to the car behind, so he can drive within himself a bit.
Yeah, probably at this point he knows he's not going to catch his teammate Chris Jackson, and he probably just simply wants to maintain station and at least get a bronze for this year.
Keeping an eye on the gaps. There's no significant movement yet to give Adam any glimmer of hope.
It's pulled out slightly from Greg Carr, though, a little bit.
Yeah, so after that little spin, he had 3 jobs, didn't he? Hold off and get a gap over Greg Carr, catch and pass Kenzie Newhoff, catch and pass Tony Klusterman. Job 1 is done.
Okay, we're just under 20 minutes to go. Now, Tyler's putting the pressure on Greg Carr, giving him a little something to think about, I think.
I was going to say Tyler's not been as quick as he normally is, but then when you look at the cars in front of him, Greg Carr, Adam Wright, Kenzie Newhoff, Tony Klusterman, Chris Jackson,
Certainly not.
It's hard to move up that order.
Oh, boy, you just went off. Oh, darn it.
That is done and dusted, I think.
Oh, wow. Looked like he had a brake lock and went off the inside. That was strange.
If it wasn't all over before, it certainly is now, but a valiant effort.
A little early to have the fat lady sing, but oh well.
Yeah, I can hear her warming up.
Whoa. Ooh, Tyler trying to dive bomb Greg there.
Just trying to set everything up in the background so that I can do the scores as soon as the race finishes.
Ooh, Tyler trying to make a move. Try to do the crossover. It's not. You could get a good tow out of this one if he stays with him. There's Tyler. He's going to the inside, coming into turn one. Greg Carr on the outside. And Tyler's through. And Woodward and Nikolai Bogotyra.
Yeah,
11.
that's a good battle.
It is.
Looks exactly like it was before, except the BSTB esports cars have been reversed.
Yep. Okay, with 15 minutes to go, our first place car is still Chris Jackson. Second is Tony Klusterman. Third, Kenzie Newhoff. Fourth is now Tyler Newitt. Fifth, Greg Carr. Sixth, Adam Wright. Seventh, Jamie Wilson's worked his way up a little bit. Still battling with Vincent Skilbeck in 8th. Bob Woodhouse in 9th. Ant Woodward 10th. Nikolai Bogotyra in 11th. Wobbly Kneecaps 12th. Miro Hresky 13th. Ivan Batman. Oh, look at this. Adam, wow. Whew. You're not going to have any tires left there, mate, though. You're lighting those up.
I think Greg did him a favour there, backing out of that one.
Yes, he did. And then 14th, Ivan Batmans. And, of course, like we mentioned before, Andrew Hoffman is out. Nikolai looking inside of Ant Woodward. Oh, wow. Side by each coming into turn 4, I believe it is. And Ant Woodward still holds on.
Good battle there between these two.
Shows you even the guys in the middle and the back of the pack can have a good tussle going. I'm not sure if that was a code 21, but Adam Wright's ahead of Tyler Newitt now.
Yeah, I would guess that Tyler wants Adam to get the maximum possible points just in case something happens to Tony.
Well, it'd be wise for BSTV Esports Green to play it that way at this point. I would never do it because I don't play well with others, but oh well.
Sideways there from Nikolai.
I know it. That little controlled drift there. He wants by bad.
The Jamie and Vincent show carries on.
Sure is. Well, I know this is kind of a moot point, but those guys are kind of equally matched today, aren't they?
They certainly are, yes. They've been at it, haven't they? From right near the start. Jamie is 3 places up from his starting position. Vincent is 3 places down. So there's a big gap between them in qualifying, but not in the race. So coming up on the 10 minutes to go.
You know, when you talk with Jamie Wilson, it's like having a university lecture, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a smart guy. I tell you, he knows a lot of stuff. He's a facts and figures guy. More facts, I think, but, well. You know, Tyler's kind of playing rear guard for Adam right at this point.
Yeah, Greg's not putting too much pressure on at the moment, is he?
Yeah, I think he just wants to bring it home. Get me wrong, if he gets an opportunity, he'll be in there, but... "10 minutes to go. 10 minutes.
Well, let's see if I can spice things up with the old commentator's curse. You know, we said at the start, this isn't an easy track. The car is possibly the most difficult to drive, or to drive well, on the iRacing service. And I think it's a credit to these drivers, just by the lack of accidents we've had tonight, how well they've all handled the car and the track.
Indeed, I totally agree with you. I mean, we've had a couple little spins and stuff, but no really hard, multi-car accidents, which really shows, how, first of all, respectful they are of each other, and second of all, the skills that they've acquired over the years racing together.
And Wobbly Kneecaps is still going.
Yeah, he must have heard you that he was going to rage quick, and he must be eating them inside. He probably doesn't want to be out there right now, but either that or he's had many beers. I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
Batman's had a bit of a sideways moment behind Vincent. Okay, this battle coming up to Miro Hrasky now. Miro, I believe, is still battling with Ivan. So he's not going to want to jump out of the way and lose a big chunk of time.
Vincent taking a look. He's gonna snooker him. Oh boy!
Whoa, whoa, Jamie, get it stopped!
Oh! Wow!
Well, it sorted itself out eventually.
Yeah, Vincent was trying to trap him behind Miro Hrasky.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out.
And that did exactly what we was talking about. It put Ivan in front of Miro.
Yep. Here we go. We're going to watch it again, I believe, in replay. Vincent sees the perfect opportunity coming up.
Yeah, I think Miro was braking a lot sooner.
Look at how close they are. Wow.
There's a bit of net code in there. Jamie's now a bit out of control, and I think he will give Miro a nudge. There.
Yeah, just a little touch, yeah.
That pushes him in front of Vincent.
Miro out a little bit.
Which then lets Jamie get past the pair of them.
Wow.
And then Miro's offline and a terrible run out of that turn gives Ivan that place.
It's amazing. They all survived that one.
Henry Newhoff is closing on Tony Klusterman.
Oh, yeah. He's got 5 minutes to do something.
That's
and I think that's Miro in the pits.
Yeah. I think he was always going to have to do a splash and dash.
Oh, that's right. He's not from damage. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is Ant Woodward and Nikolai Bogotyrev fighting it out for 10th place, side by side. Look at this. Wow.
There's a little hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Whoa, Ant goes wide. Charges back in there again.
Greg now trying to put a move on Tyler.
This is a serious battle for 10th place, let me tell you.
Whoa, and
whoa! Jeez. These guys are going at it. Oh my god. Gets a little draft, tries to go up the inside. Got pretty good distance, just long. Oh, a little lock up there. Big lock up, actually. Wow.
Is it done? Going to be another little crash for Wobbly, I think. There we go. Again, didn't even try. 0 points for that one. Okay, under 2 minutes.
Ah, out of control. Ant Woodward letting Nikolai by there. Oh, that's too bad. These guys are going at it. I'm telling you.
So I believe our leader is about to start the final lap.
We're in the final circuit, are we? Oh yeah, he's coming up the start finish.
Yeah, should get the white flag this time. So our race leader and championship winner elect. Celebrated already.
Don't do that so quickly, pal. Not quite. Wait till you go by the start finish line, then you can do that kind of stuff.
I have the mouse over the slow-mo button. So if you make any mistakes, you're in for a slow-mo.
Well, guys, you have to admit, he's had a hell of a season, that's for sure.
He certainly has.
Coming up to the final turn onto the not straight.
Yeah, checkered flag is out. Chris Jackson wins round 20.
Done. Wins the grand finale. Well done, Mr. Jackson. Excellent year for you. Nice finish. I guess Tony and Vincent have not Vincent, Kenzie have across the line. There they are.
Tony came home second, Kenzie in third. Adam Wright is going to finish fourth with Tyler Newitt in fifth and Greg Carr in sixth. This is the 7th place battle, which looks like has got Jamie Wilson's name on it. Vincent Skilbeck will come home in 8th. Bob Woodhouse will come home in 9th, and Nikolai Bogotyrev will round out your top 10.
So Dan Woodward is out. What happened to him?
He had to pit.
Ah.
So I'm guessing he was out of fuel. And Chris Jackson just cocked that up totally.
He knocked the bonnet right into space orbit. There you go, you got it now.
Let's see if I can endeavour to get some result uploaded.
Well, it was a heck of a race today. Really, not a surprising outcome for Chris Jackson to win. Tony Klusterman held position, ended up in second. Great race for Kenzie Newhoff coming in third. Adam Wright finished fourth. Tyler Newt was fifth. Pretty good job for the BSTV eSport Green guys.
I'm trying to get this result done, but iRacing is, as usual, just when you need it most, going as slow as possible.
Of course.
Right, here we go. Please work. Boom. Okay. So, do we have the official finishing order? We do. So, your race winner was Chris Jackson. Second place, Tony Klusterman. Third, Kenzie Newhoff. Fourth was Adam Wright. Fifth was Tyler Newitt. Sixth was Greg Carr. Seventh, Jamie Wilson. Eighth, Vincent Skilbeck. Ninth, Bob Woodhouse. 10th, Nikolai Bogotyrev. 11th was Ant Woodward. Wobbling Kneecaps finished in 12th and actually finished the race. Ivan Batmans was 13th, Miro Haraski 14th, and Andrew Hoffman in 15th. So let's have a look. I don't really want to get Chris Jackson in there first, so all the other ones are going to have to wait. Or shall we just not interview Chris?
I'm not sure you're allowed to burn the tires out in pit lane.
Yeah, I was going to say, continues to burn up the car.
I think Chris has probably gone for a poo, so let's bring in our second place finisher and third overall in the championship, Tony Klusterman. Welcome to the booth.
Thanks, Clay.
So that was shaping up to be a hell of a race. We did a quick points count up about just before the second pit stop. And Adam was behind you at the time, and if he'd have got in front of you, he would have been leading you in the championship by 2 points. That's how close it was until Adam made a couple of mistakes. Did you have any of those mental calculations going on in your head, or was it just head down and see what I can do?
No, I knew for sure I needed to finish one place ahead of Adam and then minimize any mistakes. So, I knew what was going on and just tried to pace it. Congratulations to Chris. Just an awesome drive today, considering the fact that he's wobbly today. His leg's pretty beat up from a hockey incident. So he did really, really well today and all season. I have to take my hat off to him. It's just a fantastic year for him.
Yeah, and say not too shabby from yourself. Some more race wins this season. Third overall, team champions as well. So not a fairly decent season from you and your guys.
Yeah, good for the last half for me. Like the last 5 or 6 races, I seem to have found some speed again. The first half of the season for me was really a bit of a disaster. So really pleased to end it off strong, and there was some tight racing today. It was good.
And are you looking forward to next season and looking forward to a bit of a break from the V8s till we get going again in January?
Well, there's never a break from the V8s, but yeah, I am looking forward to next season. Hopefully, we get a few more guys out. We got a solid base coming out to all the events now. So, if everybody could bring one more driver that does the season, then maybe we can have fields of 25 and 30 every week, which would be really nice.
Yeah, it certainly would. Well, before we let you go and bring in our latest champion, any end of season shout outs you want to give?
All the guys on the team, and Greg for coming out every week. Our thoughts are with Gary Croft. I know he hasn't been around, and he probably won't be again in the future, but he's got some health issues and some family issues to deal with, and we think about him quite a bit. Jamie McKnight for providing some setups for me that I can actually drive, because I can't drive Chris's. And Racetech and you guys for putting on the broadcasts. It's always entertaining to watch afterwards.
Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure again, season 10. And we look forward to not only seeing you back in the V8s, but also in the new Porsche 992 Challenge Series. So that kicks off in a few weeks. So get yourself some practice in, me old boy.
Oh, yeah, I've already been racing it for a bit, so I hope I'm ready.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again, Tony, and we'll see you next time out.
Okay, take care, guys. Thanks again.
Okay, I suppose it's only fitting that we bring in our race winner and series champion for season 10, Mary Jackson. Welcome to the
Yay! How you guys doing? How you doing?
Yeah, we're good.
We were waiting for you while you're burning up the car, so we decided to interview somebody else first, pal.
I had a hard time getting back to the pits. I had no tires left.
Yeah, I think you may need a little bit of practice with the donuts, mate, if I'm honest.
And you need a bonnet,
Yeah,
too. You blew it off.
A walk in the park tonight, as it seemed, and the season as a whole, it shows you a lot of points in the lead. You obviously had a lot of wins this season, and I think it's fair to say possibly head and shoulders above the rest this season. Which is fantastic to see from obviously when we first started and you had the nickname of Crash Jackson. Now you are Champion Chris. Tell us all about it.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to race this week. I had a wipeout at ice hockey and it buggered up my hip, but we pushed through it. There was 10 laps to go and my hip was hurting quite a bit, but the race just all season I've been really good on the fuel save, and it hasn't really compromised my pace. So I got a bit of a gap at the start and pretty much just maintained that. Tony kept me honest the whole way through. I think the gaps pretty much, once the temperature got a bit warmer, everyone was doing the same lap time. So it was a fun race, a lot of concentration, but yeah, I'm super thrilled to be the champion this season. Didn't think it was ever possible with the quality of drivers we have.
Looking forward to season 11 that we announced officially at the start of the broadcast. A, will you have the time to come back? And B, what do you think your chances are, if you are back, on retaining your championship?
I am definitely coming back. Repeat, I don't give myself great odds, but I'm going to go for it. So let's give it a whirl, right?
Well, yeah, and perhaps you could give Tony a bit of coaching just to bring him on a bit as well.
Tony, the last few weeks, has been on fire. He's kind of changed his philosophy, I think, in terms of the setup. Just drive what kind of feels good and get used to it, and his results have definitely improved. So the last 3 race meetings, he's been very, very quick.
Yeah, he's already let the cat out of the bag that he's got Jamie McKnight making his setups for him. we've had you in the booth on numerous occasions as a race winner this season. I certainly hope it carries on into next season. There's a rumor that the XVR team will be back. There's a lot of improving drivers in this league as well, so I think we could be in for a fantastic championship battle next season, and hopefully you'll be right up there again, seeing what you can do.
I'll give everything. That's amazing news. Hopefully XVR is back, and the quality of drivers and the improvement of drivers this season. I mean, Kenzie, from the first race, he was impressive, but he's been on fire. He's very, very quick. And I definitely know the BSTV guys, Tyler and Adam. They've improved quite a bit over the season, become very quick. So I'm excited for next season. I think it'll be awesome.
Excellent. Well, as champion, are there any end of season shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Definitely have to thank my beautiful wife. Thank you, Mary, for letting me race this season. Logan, Ella, love you so much. I got a big smile from her and a laugh. NQR, Tony, Greg, Jamie, and Gary. I know we don't mention him. He hasn't been able to race, but he's still part of the team. Everyone who shows up week in, week out, Racetech, the sponsors, and you guys for the broadcast. Amazing work. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Excellent. Well, again, congratulations from me. I'm sure Bill and Sam will want to congratulate you before we let you go.
Congratulations, Chris. Really, really well done. You earned it, brother. It was no luck, believe me.
Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.
Okay, so our champion for season 10, Chris Jackson. Thank you very much. Right, next up, we need to bring in BSTV esports driver Adam Wright. Welcome to the booth.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. So, I was saying to Tony just before the second pit stop, did a little bit of on the hoof maths, or math for the Bill. And if you had have got past Tony at that point, you would have been ahead in third place in the championship on by 2 points. It was that close. And then obviously Tony on that second stop pitted a lap before you gave. I think you came out with about a 3-second gap, and then the mistake happened.
Yeah, it's hard not to feel bad about it, but to be honest, I feel pretty good that at the end of the season I was up there racing with Tony and Kenzie and the likes. So yeah, I mean, I'd done the extra lap. I knew Kenzie might jump me, but I wanted all the fuel so I could just go flat out. I had plenty of tyres. I had a good battle with Kenzie, but yeah, as soon as I got past him, I lost it. So end of. But I'm just glad I was up there racing with him, to be fair. So it's good.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, at the start of the season to now, we've said it on numerous broadcasts, you are by far one of the most improved drivers this season. And I don't suppose you envisaged being up there fighting for third place in the championship when it all kicked off.
Not really, no. Thinking back to the first race of the season, I completely forgot how to drive a V8, and I think I came pretty much last both races. But I said to Tyler today, looking at my championship position, I think it's because I've done every race. But I said, if I can fight with Tony and Kenzie at the end, then I feel like I've justified that position in the championship. And today I was up there fighting him, and yeah, I think I deserve my fourth. If I passed Tony, I'd deserve the third. So yeah. Yeah,
I think to be fair, at the start of the season where you was probably battling for the arse end of the top 10 to now you're battling week in, week out, top 5 and podium. That shows the improvement. And also, obviously, if you're coming back for season 11, if you can start the season the way you've finished this season, you're certainly going to be up there at the end of season 11.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll definitely be back. I mean, for me, this is the series on iRacing for me. Everything else is just filler. So,
Oh, right. I like it.
I'll definitely be back. Hopefully, Tyler can get a full season in, and I think together, BSTV Green will have a good chance of fighting for the team standings. Hopefully, so hopefully we get a few more drivers in. But as long as we retain the drivers we got, to be fair, I'm happy because I'm happy with all of the drivers. You have a good battle with every single one of them, really.
Yeah, I think the trouble with Tyler is obviously being a driver and a sex cult leader does use up a lot of your time. Well, definitely congratulations from all of us for finishing 4th in the championship. Could have been 3rd, but it wasn't to be. So we're hoping you can, go at least 1 step further next season, hopefully 3 steps further. Any end of season shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. First one, I always forget to mention him, and that's Racetech for continuing to support the series. Big shout out to Tyler. He's helped me push along this season. It's a great teammate to have. It's nice to have Wobbly in there every now and then. I know you probably think I'm joking, but it's all right.
It's just for the comedy value, that's all.
Yeah. So and again, just all the drivers. I honestly, you get alongside any of them, and you know you're going to have a decent fair race, and it does actually replicate, I think, the true Aussie V8 series, because you'll have some drivers who are down 10th, 15th, but they'll be up in the top 5 and having a good race and performing like they should be in the top 5 now and then. So, like I say, the class of drivers we got here is brilliant.
Excellent. Well, like I say, congratulations on tonight and the season in general, and we'll see you next time out.
Thank you very much.
Adam, hell of a job, mate. Good job.
Cheers, Bill.
Okay, let's leave Vincent till last because it's morning over there, so he hasn't got to go to bed. Let's bring in 5th place tonight, Tyler Newitt. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hello. So, tonight, absolutely fantastic battles that we saw you in. Also looked like you was running a bit of tail gunner for your teammate.
Yeah, I mean, Adam just had the pace this week that I didn't. So it was an easy kind of choice. I got ahead of him. I guess I outqualified him with the help of his toe. So that was nice. And I could keep up with the Tony Kenzie Adam train in the first stint because everyone was fuel saving, and I'm decent at going quickly while fuel saving. But in the last 5 laps of that stint, everyone stepped on it, and I didn't have as much left in the tank as they did in terms of pace. So it was pretty clear that I was not going to be fighting with them for the race. That Adam ended up back with me was not a pace thing, just a mistake. So I probably deserved somewhere like 7th if Bob and Greg had gotten their strategy a little better. But it I'll take a top 5 to close out the season and carry on for the next one.
Yeah, obviously your season has been a bit stop-start, what with running a sex cult and eating wedding cake and things like that. But next season, what are your chances on a full-time drive, or is it going to be a bit hit and miss again?
Yeah, you never know, right? I mean, it just depends how the races fall, kind of, Some weekends I'm here and some weekends I'm not. So I wish that I could schedule my life around the V8s, and to a very small extent I try to, but it's unfortunately not quite that high up on the priority list that I can fully schedule the life around it. So I will do my best to make the full season next year, but it's all just a matter of luck with the schedule.
Yeah, well, we all understand, with the thumb on your head, mate. We've all been there. So, on the whole, like I say, bit of a hit and miss season for you. A lot of missed rounds, but also some really good results. Part of the BSTV Esports Green team that came home runners up in the team championship. So, not a bad season on the whole.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, before this season, if I would have known I would be fighting for podiums at most of the rounds that I could make, I would have been absolutely thrilled. The only kind of regret is I didn't manage to snag a win from Chris at Mosport, because I think I could have. But to be even up there on occasion with Chris is just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, his pace is insane. We see it every week. And, when I have the time to put in the practice and put the pace together, it's just nice to know that I can be there. Even if it's not a weekly thing or bi-weekly thing, I can't. I think today kind of showed what limited practice time, how important getting that seat time is, because I just didn't have the time to turn a ton of laps this week, and it showed. So, I am absolutely thrilled with how this season went, and glad that I could, help put together some setups for everybody. I know that it helps immensely to have a community where it's involved, and you've got people helping each other out, and it was nice to be able to kind of give back a little myself and kind of contribute a little bit, other than just being a turn up every Saturday driver.
Tyler, I think everybody owes you thanks with BSTV. You contributed a lot, not a little. So well done, and we appreciate it, really.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I don't, I don't contribute nearly as much as some of the big dogs in the series, like you, Clyde and Sam, and for the V8s, Tony for sure is such a massive help for the community. It's really I just do what I can.
Well, you do plenty, and we appreciate it, really. At least I do, anyway.
Okay, so any end of season shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to Racetech for sponsoring the series, as always. Like Adam said, it's the series on iRacing for me too. It's what keeps me coming back. So I'm glad that we keep putting it on, and we get to keep putting it on for another season. And shout out to the Brain Trust that reworked the schedule for this season, because I think it can be go a little unnoticed, because the numbers were somewhat similar to last season, but there was not a ton of retention in this series from last season. We lost a lot of quality drivers, and to be able to kind of recruit to fill in that gap, and I think that I don't know if the series would have survived with the old kind of schedule layout, but I certainly appreciated this one, and I hope that at least I can recognize it, so it doesn't go unnoticed, because it was greatly appreciated. And then to BSTV Esports and Adam in particular for this series, he's it sounds a little weird, but it's nice to have Adam beating me by the end of the season, because I think he's always been quick and hasn't always been fully confident in his pace. And even today he was saying he just needs to kind of practice pushing when he's got the pace, because he gets so he can get so kind of cautious and go into survival mode in the race, but he can definitely put in some quick times, and it's great to be fighting with him, and it's great to be racing with him all season in BSTV Team Green. So shout out to him and the team, and to you guys, of course, for the broadcast every week, especially right now. I know you're all crazy busy with work and whatnot, so really appreciate the broadcast going on every every week as they should.
Well, Bill's not crazy busy with work because he's a retired bum, but yeah,
Hell
the
no,
rest
I
of
do
us are.
I do as little as possible.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Tyler, and we hope to see you again in season 11. But in the meantime, we'll let you go and catch you next time we're on track.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, so now let's bring in everybody's favourite wheelie bin. Vincent, are you
Wheelie
with us?
Bins, here he is.
I think he's there. Yes, he is.
Yes,
Yes,
I am.
he is. So, Vincent, a bit of a strange race for you. We see you with a massive netcode moment with Adam, I think it was, which seemed to cave the side of your car in, even though there was at least 3 feet between the cars. And then it looked like you were struggling on pace because of that damage. Is that a fair assessment? Or was you just shit?
No, I did suffer aero damage from that. Adam said to me that he got nothing out of it. And I got at the time I had a 0x plus the 2x for the sideways moment after the contact. But yeah, I went back and had a look at the replay and saw how big the netcode was, and I was like, oh, it's not Adam's fault then. So, but
Yeah,
I was a little bit peeved at the start with that. But yeah, once I looked at the replay at the end, I was like, oh no, Adam had nothing really to do with that. So
Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest bits of netcode
That was
that I've
terrible.
seen.
That was absolutely terrible.
But then we see you in, after that, it was as though you and Jamie Wilson were just glued together. And neither of you wanted to lead the other one, because every time you made a pass, whoever got in front would then make a mistake and drop behind again.
yeah, it was a pretty good race there with Jamie. Anthony Woodward was there too for most of it. But yeah, I decided to do a Chris and try fuel save for the whole race, which is not my thing to do because I just like going full pace the whole time.
All
But
right,
no,
yeah.
I decided to fuel save right from the get-go. So if I was in front of them, I could still fuel save, but I wasn't fuel saving as much as what I would if I had sat just behind them. So yeah, but yeah, I did. Every time I got in front, I make a slight small mistake and they get back through. I was like, oh, dang it. But no, it was good.
Yeah, well, it's amazing, how many times that happens where you can spend lap after lap after lap trying to get past someone. You finally get past them, and then the next lap you make a mistake and you got to start all over again. But 8th place tonight, 6th place in the championship overall. I suppose the burning question is, how have you enjoyed getting up at silly o'clock in the morning to race with us?
I don't really have an issue with it, really. I usually go to bed early the night before so I can get a little bit of sleep in before the session starts, and then I'm kind of right. So yeah, this weekend's a little bit harder, but yeah, only because it's my birthday. So
Oh, well,
And
happy birthday.
Happy birthday! All right.
yeah, so I have, my
how
birthday
old
was
are you?
Friday, but I am 30.
Oh,
So
just
it's
a
a
pup.
milestone one.
Just a pup.
30. I got socks older
Yep.
than you, pal.
Oh no.
Well, I hope you have are enjoying your birthday weekend. What are the chances of you getting up at silly o'clock in the morning for season 11, which starts in January?
I have been thinking about that. I've had a few comments from a few people in recent weeks about my internet connection and them not being able to drive around me, just race against me because they can't predict exactly where my car's going to be. But there's nothing I can really do to help with my connection unless I move house in the near future, which I don't see happening at all. But nah, I'll come back because these guys are a good bunch of guys to race with. So, and it's all fun and games in the end. So.
Well, that's good to hear. And to be honest, I don't think we've noticed much of an issue with your internet connection.
I was going to say, I saw Vincent. I saw you flash a little bit once today, but you were clear as a bell on the on most of the show, though. Really, I didn't see it at all.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Yeah, my ping usually sits at about 366, which is, I think, best I can get.
Well, you're on the other side of the
going onto a European server, so
you're on the other side of the earth. What do you expect? You know?
Yeah. Running a VPN and stuff to try help with it. Still, doesn't quite do it because I don't think iRace runs off that kind of stuff. I think it runs off more which club you're joined to. And that's what it sets your region as. So.
In that regard, we could use better technology as far as that kind of hookup, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure anyway, Vincent. Obviously, having you in the races, and you always spare some time for us in the booth afterwards. Hopefully, you will be back next season and maybe even bring a teammate or two with you. But before we let you go, any end of season shout outs you want to give?
Everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps the Facebook group running. You guys for the broadcast, Racetech for sponsoring the series to keep you guys afloat. All the drivers in the league for just good bunch of guys to race against, and Chris on the championship. It's well deserved.
Excellent. Well, like I say, congratulations again. Thanks again for your time in the booth, and I for one hope to see you again next season.
Me too.
Vincent Skilbeck.
See you, boys.
Okay, time for the lucky last. Some call
Woody.
him Robojaw. We just know him as Ant Woodward. Welcome to the booth.
Did I miss it? Are you still doing interviews?
Yeah.
All right, I was always last year.
You're live on the telly. We're on Dave +1 at the moment.
How are you?
So, Ant, tell us about your race. We see you in some good battles in the first half of the race with Jamie and Vincent. And then second half of the race with Nikolai.
Yeah, it was good fun, good racing tonight. With I think some people were fuel saving, which meant I could race with them, and full pace my pace and their fuel saving pace. And then we could have a race, so it's nice to be racing Vincent and Jamie as well. I was racing for a bit, but then the True Order showed out and dropped back a bit. I managed to. I get a prize, I believe, as well. End of season and everything, I should get prize because apparently I've scored the most incident points this season.
That's every season, and
of course.
You only get that.
Thrown me.
You only get that, Amp, because I quit now, so that's why you.
Yeah, and at the end there, what did you run out of fuel?
Yeah, I was a little bit. The tyres went on the first stint, so I pitted pretty early, and I just didn't have enough by the end, and I went over the instant point limit. I was battling with Nikolai, and I was having a real good, but I always do, love racing with Nikolai. And door-to-door stuff, we were starting to have a little bit of contact, and the instant points were creeping up. And I thought, you just got to keep fighting. I mean, screw the rules, right? You know, it's only track limits. Why is everyone getting such a huff about it, right? So, I went over, and I had a stop-go penalty by the end, so I didn't have enough fuel for the last lap, and I had a stop-go penalty, so pretty much just parked it. But rubbish results in that respect, but real fun racing today. The way the race strategies and all that gave me a good bit of racing wheel to wheel with people. So yeah, nice stuff. Good way to end the season. Rubbish season for me.
Yeah, you've had your ups and downs. Obviously, you had your bike accident. How's the recovery going on that?
Yeah, okay. All healed up now. Just got to stop grinding my teeth because that's a habit I've developed for some reason since it. But I'm all right. I'm doing all right. Yeah, life this season, real life has taken over somewhat, and I haven't had as much practice as I need to have. I was going to say as well, like the end of season, last race of the season, there's not huge participation, but everyone in it is like the cream. So even though it's like down 11s, it's just nice to be there, with all these top races, really.
Yeah, that's always good to hear. And we announced at the start of the broadcast that we will be back in January with season 11. Will you be joining us?
Absolutely. I can't believe the lack of dedication. Tyler won't move house. Was it?
No, that was Vincent.
No, that was Vincent.
Vincent won't move house. Tyler apparently has got a too heavy a schedule. I mean, this is it. This is life. So
what Tyler means is he's under the thumb.
Yeah, of course I'll be back though. Yeah, this is the only real racing I do on iRacing.
Excellent. Well, Stacey and Evie were watching earlier. Not sure if they still are, but I'm glad they enjoyed what they saw. So before we let you go, Anne, any end of season shout outs you want to give out?
Yeah, always. I think I mentioned it before. I love the fact that Racetech are involved. Sponsors, real life sponsors. You see them all over the Real Series. When I watch that, it's great. Our team sponsors, Summability, all the drivers, Chris for winning, Evie, Jack and Stacey, and you admins. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure to watch you race, racking up the incident points and listening to your excuses in the booth.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Thank you very much, Adam Woodward. Okay, guys, so that is our interviews over for season 10. We've had a cracking tactical battle of a race tonight. Overall, it's been a pretty good season. We've seen Chris Jackson step up a gear and really take it to the others. But then, second half of the season, we've seen some big improvements from a lot of drivers, including Tony Klusterman, who, even in his own words, had a rough start to the season. And then, we've got the possibility of other fast drivers coming back for season 11. So it's, I'll ask it to both of you. Bill first. Looking good for V8ESC.
I totally agree. And what really made me feel good was these guys saying that this is their number one league. And I tell you, that really, really touches a place in my heart. It really, I know that sounds kind of sentimental, but it really does, because it's a car that, it's got no ABS, no help. I mean, you got to drive this thing, the best you can. That's all you can do. And it's really nice to hear that these guys appreciate this car. And even though, you see 15 cars out there, and I get a little depressed at that, but those 15 cars put on a hell of a show today. I got to say, and it's for 2 hours. And I certainly wasn't bored, and I don't think a lot of the people were bored. It was just really, it puts on a hell of a show, and I'm really looking forward to season 11. If we get some of the guys back, even if we can get it up to 20 with, XVR and a few other guys or whoever wants to come in, I think it'll be one whale of a show. Looking forward to it.
Excellent. And Sam.
And me. Well, this is where we started. This is one of the best one we broadcast, and it delivers what we expected today, I think. What do you want more?
Well,
what
there
more
you go.
do you want? Yeah,
man of very few words.
there's not much to say. It's just a wonderful series,
right.
and as all the drivers said, it's good that it's their main series, and they're putting what they need to do to, enjoy the races and be respectful to each other and have fun together. That's what matters.
Exactly, and I like you say, I think that's what this league is all about. We just need some more drivers, so I'm sure we'll get them. Right, so that was the Racetech V8ESC Season 10 all done and dusted. As we said at the start of the broadcast, we will be back in January for Season 11, so keep your eyes peeled for announcements forthcoming. What have we got coming up for you this week? So tomorrow we have the penultimate rounds of the ITCR series. Excuse me. Rounds 25, 26 and 27 from Homestead, Miami. On Wednesday, we are back in GT4 TCR action, round 8 from Spa. Might be a bit of a bore fest, that one, if I'm honest. But anyway, we'll see. Those guys do put up some fantastic racing. And then obviously V8ESC is now finished in until January. So, guys, we'll start getting a little bit of time off, which is muchly appreciated.
We don't even know what that is.
So, big congratulations to Chris Jackson, our series champion, and to the NQRB team for winning the team's championship. Big thanks to all the drivers that turned up tonight and have turned up throughout the season. Big thanks to all of our viewers. We do enjoy interacting with you on the chat, and a lot of the times you do see things that we miss. Big thanks to Racetech and their continued support for the series. So make sure you drop this video a like, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you follow us on Facebook so you never miss any of the action. Keep your eyes peeled for season 11 of V8ESC, and come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. I would like to say good night to everybody. I'll let Bill and Sam say good night, and then we will close the broadcast. So, good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, good night. Thanks to all the competitors this year for Season 10 and all the people that looked in on the chat or contributed to the chat. A special shout out to Racetech for sponsoring this fine series. And I noticed that they're now quartermaster driveline dealers, which is kind of nice to see that they're expanding, which is really good. And, of course, thanks to my colleagues, Sam and Clyde, letting me play this game. And hope we see you all next season. Keep your eyes and ears open, and have a good one. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Bill. I'm going to run. Congrats to all the drivers.
No, thank you.
It's always fun to have you around. Yeah. And congrats, Chris. Well deserved win this year. Hope to see you next year.